How about this game? Cal taking on Virginia Tech. It's still weird trying to say this is an ACC matchup, but it is. This line, Joe, look ahead, -3.5. I'm seeing 5.5 now as a favorite towards Virginia Tech, and a total of under 50. Now seeing it over 50 here. The spread line for California and Virginia Tech is what, Joe?
Donnie, we started on Monday. I said, we got to keep an eye on this game because something doesn't smell right here. I mean, Cal, first of all, the teams have complete opposite records, right? Cal is 5-2. Virginia Tech is 2-5. Virginia Tech opened up as a 2.5, 3-point favorite at home at Blacksburg on a Friday night, which we know Sandman and the whole thing. It's pretty crazy, right? But as of yesterday, Donnie, I watched this thing get steamed up to -6. In a bunch of spots, and I'm baffled. You're giving almost a touchdown with a Virginia Tech team that just fired their coach a month ago. They're sitting at 2-5, and oh yeah, Justin Wilcox, the Cal coach, this guy isn't just good, Donnie. He has been an absolute ATM machine in this price range as a dog, 29-16 against the spread as an underdog. He has covered this number 65% of the time since he's at Cal in this spot as a dog. It's one of the more reliable trends. It's a moneymaker. You want to give me nearly a touchdown with a 2-5 team with an interim coach? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll take Cal in this one.
State schools on a Saturday afternoon in October. Who says no? Not these two guys here. San Diego State and Fresno State. Opening line, roughly 1.5 here listed for San Diego State. Most outlets now actually showing San Diego State as a field goal favorite. And a total which opened up around 48.5. Still sitting in that range at 47.5. San Diego State, Fresno State. The spread line here, Joe Ranieri. What is it?
Another one of these games, Donnie, where you scratch your head because you have San Diego State has now put itself in a position for the Mountain West title game, right? But it's won its last 4 games and pretty convincingly, both straight up and against the number. And now you have a struggling Fresno State team that has lost 3 games in a row against the number and comes off a brutal loss to Colorado State, who just fired their coach 49-21. So to me, it feels a little light here, doesn't it? I mean, San Diego State is a slim 3-point favorite on the road against a team that can't seem to figure it out. It's a clear pros versus Joe spot here. The pros are on Fresno State, who happens to be 9-0 against the number as a home underdog in Mountain West play here. But there's been a line drawn in the sand. The public loves San Diego State, but this line will not be getting any higher than what it is right now.
Sometimes we sit in bizarro world, right? In college football, it's like, now, wait a second. Vanderbilt is actually favored to beat LSU. Like, what time machine do I need to get into here to change this up? Vandy goes out and beats LSU. Oklahoma State used to run the Big 12. And I don't mean you're going to win the conference every year, but one of the heavyweights here that's usually doing the damage and the big beatdowns. Take a look at this. Oklahoma State goes on the road to take on Texas Tech. That line sits today -37.5 with a total of 56.5. It's almost unbelievable to read that. Oklahoma State 1-6, fires their head coach. 40-point favorite for Texas Tech, Joe. What's the spread line here?
Think about it, Donnie. 40-point favorite, and you said that total was 56.5. Are you kidding me here? Now, the funny thing, the thing that caught my attention is anybody that follows Texas Tech football knows that 56.5 in Lubbock is one of the lower totals I can remember, Donnie. These totals at Lubbock are always in the 60s or better. In fact, when I looked it up, in the last 24 home games, Texas Tech has only had a lower total once, Donnie, and it was 56 versus Baylor, and what turned out to be, you ready for this, a 59-35 game. So we are talking about an unprecedented low total in Lubbock, Texas, against an in-state, right, an in-conference rival here, right? You're talking about Oklahoma State. My goodness, what a drop for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. But it still feels too low to me. Why? Because Texas Tech coming off the loss to Arizona State, they'll probably have Moten back. Forget about Oklahoma State adding anything more than maybe 17, 18 points a game, which is what they're doing right now. This is all about Texas Tech letting out some frustration. It would not shock me if Texas Tech hits the total itself as a score. They're going to drop 50, 60 points on Oklahoma State this weekend.
By the way, something to watch as well in this game, not actually the point spread, but are there going to be some tortillas thrown onto the field this point?
No.
Because Understand this. There's heavy fines coming, revoking of season tickets and ejection from the stadium. Let's see how that one actually plays out. We love ourselves some college football here, Joe. The AP Top 25 continues to churn here. We're getting closer and closer to a college football playoff. And one of those big-time games this weekend, Joe, Ole Miss and Oklahoma. And look at that. Ole Miss and Oklahoma, top 25 right here, matchup. And you say, ooh, stumbled a little bit there for Ole Miss. Can they get back? Oklahoma gets their quarterback. Can they surge? Number 8 versus number 13, Joe. Line's on the move, too. Look ahead line for Oklahoma, -3.5. No longer the case. You see that graphic. It's -5.5 now with a total of 54.5 points here. Mateer back. Ole Miss stunned last week. Who's going to win this game? SEC pride on the line.
Been a lot of OU money in the marketplace here, Donnie, for this game here. And hey, listen, Mateer hasn't exactly looked great since he's come back from the injury there. But the one thing that we know for sure is that they could not stop Georgia in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that defense was absolutely horrific there. Now, is this the same offense OU has that they just faced? No, it's not. But it's the defense of OU that is going to be the key to this game. Can Ole Miss with Chambliss, can they figure out how to do what no other team has been able to do? And that is, decipher and beat this defense of OU, because it is one of the best units in the country, Donnie. It's a big ask, and I get why the money is coming in on OU.
Top 10 Vandy people. Hold on to your hat. They're also a favorite once again this weekend against Mizzou. Take a look at this. Opening line around that 3.5 price point. We're now seeing that dip below 3 to 2.5 at most outlets, and a total of 51.5 to 52.5 at this point. Vandy no longer trying to chase down and say, you know what? We're going to hunt you down. People now got the target on Vandy. Top 10 Vandy in the SEC. I'm rooting for him, Joe. It's a -2.5. They pull off this victory again.
This is a tough one, Donnie, here, because I love what Missouri's been doing as well. And this is going to be interesting. I mean, it really is, because we got two teams here that are looking to make their way into the postseason here. But wow, this is the reason that it's a field goal game, is because I think it's going to come to exactly that, Donnie. It's going to come down to a field goal. And Missouri, I mean, they're 1-18 straight up in the last 19 games versus top 10 SEC teams here, ranked SEC teams. They've not exactly done well in this spot in years past, but to me, it's a coin flip game, Donnie. I don't see an edge one way or the other outside of Vandy and Pavia now. They win this game, and that kid is going to be a Heisman favorite before long, I can tell you that.
How about this? Talking about field goal games. How about LSU at home is an underdog in the SEC? That's a rarity, because Texas A&M unbeaten and coming to town at -2.5. Why are you guys talking about SEC games? Because the SEC is where good football lives. The question is, how much longer is Brian Kelly going to live at LSU?
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, this is a big ass for Texas A&M, right? We're gonna learn a little something about this Texas A&M team, but I also think that total's a little light, Donnie. It feels to me like we could be getting some points in this game. I like the over here. I think that number's a little light with these two teams.
Impressive stuff, man. SEC. And by the way, the SEC, I retweeted something this morning about the ratings for 5 million people watching a game. The SEC is absolutely dominant. Maybe their best brand of football is this year. Incredible to say,